Coming up on Retirement Made Simple, women face unique challenges as they prepare for retirement. Today, you'll hear tips to help women navigate financial decisions, as well as common and costly missteps that you want to avoid. Retirement Made Simple starts right now.
This is Retirement Made Simple with E.A. Buck. E.A. Buck focuses on finances, preservation, and retirement. Led by Chief Executive Officer Katie Buck and Chief Investment Officer Jeff Buck, E.A. Buck helps you grow and preserve what you've worked a lifetime to build. Each week, Katie and Jeff help you tackle some of the biggest challenges in retirement, including retirement planning, retirement taxes, wealth management, Social Security, and navigating federal benefits. Welcome to Retirement Made Simple.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Amy Sharp here with Katie Buck. The financial world is always changing, and it seems to become more and more complex with so much happening. It can be tough to make sound financial decisions. I'm so happy to be sitting here with Katie today, the CEO of E.A. Buck Financial Services. The company has been serving its clients for almost half a century, and today's show is all about women's wealth, with Katie bringing her unique perspective as the CEO of one of the nation's fastest growing female-led financial planning firms. I love saying that. I could just say that title over and over and that description. It's a beautiful conversation, and we're going to get into this today, just the importance of really including women and having them be involved in this wealth conversation.
You know, I always get super excited when we go into this topic, and I'm often asked, why do we need to talk about women's wealth through this lens? I remind the audience, though, that this isn't just for women. I mean, if you're married and you have a wife, if you've got a mother, if you care about your sister, stay tuned, because quite honestly, there are, in my opinion, 5 distinct reasons that a woman's wealth really is different than a man's. And that's what we're here to talk about today.
So you're all invited in this conversation. Let's start with some of the unique challenges that women face, maybe versus men, when it comes to retirement.
Well, there's just certain realities. So we could start with reason number 1, women moving out of the workforce more often than men do, right? I mean, the most obvious, they're having the babies, they're getting the little kids off to school more often and involved in those domestic activities. And the result of that is this happens to coincide for a woman right around the period of her higher earnings years, right? It's pivotal. It's when she's got the opportunity to promote. She's got this great foundational education. And with this competing need between the work and that life, or in that life balance, it just changes the environment in which women are earning. I use this story oftentimes to talk about my sister-in-laws. They're in the medical profession. They're great nurses. But they had their young children, and by the time, quite honestly, Amy, they re-entered the medical space, what happened was all of that institutional knowledge adapted. And the result was they started back at the low end of the totem pole. So moving in and out can really put you behind the curve, I think, compared to what a lot of men are facing.
I am seeing a lot of women personally, a lot of my friends, myself, I'm getting pretty close to this stage as well, who are having to step away from their careers to care for loved ones, aging parents specifically. And that adds a unique challenge as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, you bring up a great point. I mean, I was talking about the front end of the scope. So there's the back end too. Women are 70% of our nation's caregivers fall to the ladies. So if you think about moving out of your career at the tail end, maybe prematurely, or even just less hours that you're putting in, that can take a second hit. And why this is impactful is the second reason that women's wealth is different is that women moving in and out of the workforce causes them to earn an average of 20% less than their male counterparts. So pretty critical, right? With less earnings compounded through time, what do you think that's going to do to their retirement plans? So Amy, this brings us to reason number 3. As a result of the wage gap, what happens is women's nest eggs are 50% less than their male counterparts. I mean, think about that. Half as much as what a man is going to have. And the result is due to just naturally laws of compounding, right? Earning less because you're moving in and out of the workforce causes you then to have half as much to be able to survive on. When I think about how this really plays out, one of my favorite clients I've got to work with through the years, her name was Sarah. She was moving into the peaks of her earnings years. It was phenomenal. She was a DOE and teacher, became an administrator, over 25 years of service. Well, she came and sat down with me and said, hey, let's plan for this retirement. I said, Sarah, you're not ready. You've got, lots of legs, room to grow your career still. And she said, no, my mom and dad need me, and I'm going to be that caregiver we talked about before. So Sarah made the decision to move out of, if you would, her working career and into her retirement. And here's the thing, Amy, it cost her half of what would have been her total pension amount, adding up to almost over 7 figures as a result of leaving the workforce 10 years ahead of time. So that was a tough pill to swallow. And when we really were doing the math, it made Sarah and her husband pause before making that critical decision.
That's a big number and such a huge impact on this conversation of the overall retirement itself.
Absolutely. And the reason why the math added up to be so severe was reason number 4. As you know, women out-survive men. They live longer. And the results of having less money, but also leaving work during her peak earning years, meant that she was going to cost herself over $1 million in her retirement when you add in cost of living and all of those things. So these concerns are really important, and having these discussions about your retirement plan from the female lens is just a different way of thinking, I think.
Thank you so much, Katie. Great insights as always. We suggest you reach out now to meet with the team at EA Buck Financial Services. One of the tools you'll gain access to is the team's Retirement Made Simple bundle, which takes a deeper look into all of the topics we've been discussing up to this point. And up next, Katie shares a few key lessons about women's wealth in retirement. We'll be right back.
When it comes to planning for the future, time may not always be on your side. Think about your taxes. Tax rates are historically low right now, but they'll likely be higher in the future. Our current tax rates are set to expire in just a few short years. With the right planning and strategy, you might be able to cut your tax bill in the years to come. But don't wait until it's too late to take advantage of today's lower tax rates. Let us be your partner in planning for tomorrow so you can enjoy your retirement today.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
Planning for retirement can be complicated. Helping create income that lasts, making sure your health care is covered, investing while managing risk, and don't forget about taxes. If you're overwhelmed, you're not alone. The good news is we have what you need to give you confidence to start planning for your ideal retirement, all in one convenient resource. You'll get answers to some of your biggest retirement questions in this easy-to-understand, practical resource. And best of all, there's no cost to you. Take the first step toward a confident retirement and get yours today.
How does your future look in retirement? When you don't have a strategy, the future might look a little fuzzy. But with someone asking the right questions and helping you learn where you truly stand, it can become easier to work towards your goals. You need a plan to help generate income that will last as long as you need it. And the first step to creating an income plan is an analysis of where you are now. Let us help you bring your retirement into focus with your free income analysis today.
Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, we've been learning how women's wealth is unique and important to understand, both during and into our retirement years. In this segment, Katie's going to be sharing some of her insights the EA Buck Financial Services has been focusing on for the last 40 plus years as they work to serve their investors and financial planning clients. And as we said in that first segment that we were together, you got through 4 of the big challenges that women face. I feel like there are probably so many more than 5, but we're going to lead you into the 5th one now and let you kind of take us through that, because as we get into this conversation, there is so much to think about from the woman's perspective.
Well, they really build, right? Women, again, to review, are taking care of their families. They're earning less as a result of that. That measure then causes them to have less dollars going into retirement. And then you couple it with the fact that they're living longer. Here's the clincher, though. 80 to 90% of women will be solely responsible for their own financial well-being at some point in their life. When you're dependent upon yourself, either because young women are choosing to delay getting married, or because, again, you outsurvive your husband, you really need to know what's going on with your financial matters. This is something we can't neglect anymore. And my mother's generation, maybe that didn't participate quite as much in the conversation, I am thrilled every time that I get to sit down and I see husband and wife couples coming in, or women coming in and dragging their husbands along. What this does, though, is it empowers women to be able to understand the choices they're making today, the impacts they're going to have tomorrow, and that then is going to let them be conscious of what the outcomes can be so that they are able to have more confidence in the decisions that they're making. The outcomes that we hope we can build for families that come in and help us, though, is getting that plan into writing, right? Being able to share with these families what is going to take care of them. And that's why I think the next conversations we're going to talk about here are pretty important.
We are going to get into taxes and the golden rule of finance, according to someone very, very well known to a lot of people in your industry as well. I know you'll take us through that. Keeping that wealth. We want to keep what we have earned so long.
Absolutely. A dollar lost is a dollar you have to go make back. Agreed? And whether you see that dollar disappear because of a bad investment decision or because the tax man maybe robs you of it, what we want to do is, again, make sure those dollars retain themselves in the back pocketbooks of the clients that have worked for them. One of the first ways you can do that is, again, adding a little bit of tax wisdom to your investment plan. The difference between choosing to invest in a tax-deferred investment versus a taxable investment. If you take the same dollar amounts and you happen to invest it over the exact same periods of time, what you find is simply by delaying the taxes, those dollars can add up to be hundreds of thousands of dollars more for you. So not all money is the same, and you need to think about this pretty consciously in terms of how you're going to strategize and put your dollars away, especially if you're in the younger years and still being able to develop your wealth, right?
Katie, how often are individuals who come and talk with you, are they overlooking the fact that the tax rate will change over time as they're putting these plans together, those important plans to get them to and through retirement?
We live in such an information age. We're inundated with so much to take in. Retaining history, especially on taxes, I mean, come on. Who's got brain space for that? But it is the thing that we all deal with every year, whether we like it or not. Taxes come due April 15th. And that rich history of understanding how brackets have evolved is something that I think can add some insight to the decisions that they're making. On the screens in front of us, we are taking a look at how brackets have changed. There used to be, just a few short years ago, over 16 brackets. Now we're down to 7. Those brackets used to go as high as 70%. Today it's 37%. So you don't need a PhD to understand taxes are getting a little simpler, they're getting lower. And as the rates are falling, what you want to do is be able to take advantage of that. You have to ask yourself, what is going to be the right way to invest your money? Do you choose to pay the taxes today, or are you going to delay and maybe pay them tomorrow? And maybe a combination of both can make the most sense for most families. So having a written plan and putting together a tax forecast, something that we do at EA Buck, really, again, can lead us to some better outcomes in keeping that wealth.
Whether it's tax challenges or any of the other challenges that we've gone through this show with you today, specifically for women or men, it really does change over time. We're living longer as well. And each phase of life presents a certain opportunity for us to spend a different kind of money, whether it's for healthcare or for fun in the beginning.
We like to label it with a few quick rhymes. It's called the go-go years, the slow-go years, and those no-go years. When you're looking at moving into retirement, the go-go years are fantastic. You're getting to travel with your kids and even taking your grandkids with you these days. The cost of living is a little bit more. Then life kind of settles down a bit and you're able to kind of find your routines. And those are really the slow go years. What we need to prepare for, though, Amy, is the no-go years. And so you need to plan in your retirement, just like you did while you were earning, how you're going to spend your money too.
None of us knows, how those health challenges will affect us. So you're right. You get to that point, you're not traveling as much, but then the health costs come in. Great insights as always. Thank you so much. A lot of knowledge for both women and men to take away from this conversation. Straight ahead, we'll put Katie to the test in our round of Retirement IQ. And later, Katie shares some simple, actionable steps you can take to help you find ways to improve your situation. Stay with us.
How does your future look in retirement? When you don't have a strategy, the future might look a little fuzzy. But with someone asking the right questions and helping you learn where you truly stand, it can become easier to work toward your goals. You need a plan to help generate income that will last as long as you need it. And the first step to creating an income plan is an analysis of where you are now. Let us help you bring your retirement into focus with your free income analysis today.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
When it comes to planning for the future, time may not always be on your side. Think about your taxes. Tax rates are historically low right now, but they'll likely be higher in the future. Our current tax rates are set to expire in just a few short years. With the right planning and strategy, you might be able to cut your tax bill in the years to come. But don't wait until it's too late to take advantage of today's lower tax rates. Let us be your partner in planning for tomorrow so you can enjoy your retirement today.
Planning for retirement can be complicated. Helping create income that lasts, making sure your health care is covered, investing while managing risk, and don't forget about taxes. If you're overwhelmed, you're not alone. The good news is we have what you need to give you confidence to start planning for your ideal retirement, all in one convenient resource. You'll get answers to some of your biggest retirement questions in this easy-to-understand, practical resource. And best of all, there's no cost to you. Take the first step toward a confident retirement and get yours today.
How does your future look in retirement? When you don't have a strategy, the future might look a little fuzzy. But with someone asking the right questions and helping you learn where you truly stand, it can become easier to work toward your goals. You need a plan to help generate income that will last as long as you need it. And the first step to creating an income plan is an analysis of where you are now. Let us help you bring your retirement into focus with your free income analysis today.
And now it's time to put our knowledge to the test with this week's Retirement IQ segment. I love this segment. I learn something unique almost every single time. Are you ready?
I love this. Can't wait to do it. Let's have some fun.
Okay, here is the first one. True or false? 70% of adults 65 and older will need some type of long-term care.
This is true. And I was actually kind of shocked, Amy, that it was only 70%, quite honestly. We're living longer, and the realities of aging is certain things come with that. And the quality of life you want to have as you get older and need assistance, you can never sacrifice your dignity, right? I've watched my mom have to go through this personally, and as she got older, it was one of the toughest things I've ever had to do. And getting a chance to make sure that she could have choices in the way that her care was administered, because it's costly and expensive, was something my parents, quite frankly, didn't plan well for. So I encourage everybody that you can take care of this need with things like long-term care insurance, or there's life insurance that can get converted today for long-term care. But your basic health care and whatnot is not going to do it. So making sure, again, if you've got a 7 out of 10 chance that you're going to need care, having some extra coverage could make some sense.
Being prepared, planning ahead, all very important when it comes to long-term care. Here's another true or false. If your ex-spouse files for Social Security benefits based on your record, it will cut your benefits in half.
Oh, thankfully, no. False for sure. Social Security benefits act independent of each other. So if an ex-spouse makes a claim, there is nothing that's going to happen to the spouse's benefits that are based on.
Okay, that's good news. Okay, true or false? On average, women live longer than men.
Well, we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, that was kind of an easy one if you're
that was
listening.
Thank you. Yes, we are definitely outliving our male counterparts. Actually, in today's modern world, that's expanded aggressively. So it's almost 10 years right now that a woman is out surviving a man, if you're counting from the point of birth. For us that are more middle-aged, we're outliving our male counterparts by about 7 years at this point in time. Where a generation ago, couples were within about 2 to 3 years in terms of who would pass first. Again, important for women's wealth, because if there's an extra decade that money needs to last you, I tell all the time our husbands, you don't want her to hold back that money when your health is failing because she's concerned about hers.
That's a good point. Okay, true or false? If you get divorced and remarry, your beneficiary designations automatically change to your new spouse's name.
There's no automation in place. Thinking about beneficiaries and when those changes occur with the loss of a loved one, it's a chance that you should slow down and really put together your end-of-life plans. Your wills, your trust, your beneficiaries need to be updated. You can write contingent beneficiaries in place, so just in case you neglect it or you overlook it, at least then there's the fallback plan. Having these documents in order, though, before you need them and before it's a critical time period when you're emotionally distressed, just makes choices a little bit easier for the couples.
I was going to say emotional. I think when something like that happens, everybody just wants to be together as a family. They want to just move forward with facing those emotions. They don't want to have to go back, see if all the paperwork is correct, if we've got everybody's names. And so many things can change over a 10, 20-year period that you may not realize, oh, those designations are very, very much different today.
It does. I think what happens during that state of crisis, if you would, is that you are inundated with so many decisions that you probably should have made well before. As I shared, my mom, we lost her, and when she was recovering in the hospital, unfortunately, post-surgery, she wasn't waking up, and we didn't have her medical directives. Those are the worst calls you could possibly get. So living through that experience firsthand, we take the time to always say, review your beneficiaries, review your documents well before you need to.
Right. Katie, thank you so much. This is always fun. Great insight as well. Still to come, you'll learn some of the simple steps you can take today to help you avoid common financial mistakes. Retirement Made Simple continues right after this.
On the surface, your retirement plan might look solid. With your 401k or IRA, Social Security, investments, and insurance coverage, you appear to have it all covered. But what could you be missing? Below the surface, is your retirement exposed to too much risk? It's time for a deeper dive into your portfolio. We can help you uncover the risk that lies beneath the surface and learn about strategies to help preserve your savings. Get your free risk analysis today.
Planning for retirement can be complicated. Helping create income that lasts, making sure your health care is covered, investing while managing risk, and don't forget about taxes. If you're overwhelmed, you're not alone. The good news is we have what you need to give you confidence to start planning for your ideal retirement, all in one convenient resource. You'll get answers to some of your biggest retirement questions in this easy-to-understand, practical resource. And best of all, there's no cost to you. Take the first step toward a confident retirement and get yours today.
When it comes to planning for the future, time may not always be on your side. Think about your taxes. Tax rates are historically low right now, but they'll likely be higher in the future. Our current tax rates are set to expire in just a few short years. With the right planning and strategy, you might be able to cut your tax bill in the years to come. But don't wait until it's too late to take advantage of today's lower tax rates. Let us be your partner in planning for tomorrow so you can enjoy your retirement today.
How does your future look in retirement? When you don't have a strategy, the future might look a little fuzzy. But with someone asking the right questions and helping you learn where you truly stand, it can become easier to work towards your goals. You need a plan to help generate income that will last as long as you need it. And the first step to creating an income plan is an analysis of where you are now. Let us help you bring your retirement into focus with your free income analysis today.
Welcome back, everyone. This has been a really important conversation today. Women certainly do face unique financial challenges in retirement. Female investors can relate to a lot of what Katie has shared with us today. I know I have learned so much, really opening our eyes how women's wealth has really unique considerations compared to a man's. But we've invited the men into this conversation today, didn't we? And it isn't so much about excluding anyone. It's just really focusing in on those women. And we learned that knowledge really is power. We just have to apply it, don't we?
We do. And as we said, if you care about a lady in your life, hopefully you paid attention and you can pass this on to her. When we think about taking action, though, I encourage everybody watching to do two things with us today. First, let's request that retirement toolkit bundle. This bundle is going to give you a chance to put down your thoughts and get prepared for a really important conversation you need to have. Second, reach out to EA Buck Financial Services so we can help schedule your personal meeting. Spending an hour with one of our advisors can put together that comprehensive plan that individuals want to have in writing so that they can take it home and do something with it.
Katie, something a lot of our viewers may be wondering is, if I'm coming into this meeting with your team, what do I need to bring? I think that may hold some people back sometimes, as they just don't even want to set the appointment because they're not prepared and they don't know where to start.
It's really easy. The only things that really help us begin to navigate the picture is a tax return, so we can see exactly what they're currently doing, their pay stub, of course, and a copy of their latest financial statements. And you don't have to have all of them to start, but just something so that we can get the picture in line. These simple documents, though, we can help organize, and then we'll start to go through that retirement bundle with you.
So it's okay, you're saying, if I bring a big shoebox and set it right on your desk, a pile of papers?
I'm pretty good at sorting.
Maybe not so much, but you do like to sort. But yeah, I think, again, that goes back to a lot of people just not knowing, not making that initial call just for that very reason. And there's just no reason for that, is there?
I think, most important, just showing up.
Yeah.
We can deal with the rest from there.
Very good. Thank you so much, Katie. If you feel overwhelmed by all the financial decisions you're facing in retirement, Katie and the team at EA Buck Financial Services, they're here to help walk you through your options so you can spend your time doing what you love with the people who matter most to you. EA Buck helps with the complex, and they make it simple, putting the financial focus on you. For Katie and the team at EA Buck Financial Services, I'm Amy Sharp. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you next time.